I want to get to that Hughes fire, which blew through more than 10,000 acres in the Castaic area in just a matter of hours.
Firefighters have done an amazing job of making sure the flames don't make it to homes. Our live team coverage continues with KCAL's Cara Finstrom, who is live on Lake Hughes Road as firefighters wait to see if the increased winds will have an impact. So, Cara, what are you seeing now?
Well, first off, we've just learned that the Sheriff's Department has made some changes, some encouraging changes regarding those evacuation orders, the warnings. We'll have more on that for you in just a minute. But first, take a look behind me here. You can see some smoke. This just started rising there within the last few minutes, a flare-up. And this is exactly what firefighters were telling us they will continue to be worried about today, flare-ups from the wind, and they do have a lot of firefighters and air resources out here to continue hitting this. Want to pan around because we've come up Lake Hughes Road, and it's just a good picture of the devastation caused by this fire. You can see these wires down all along the road, and crews already at work trying to restore some of the poles that were brought down. And if we keep panning around, you could just see it's just scorched earth out here. It blew through here very hot, very fast. And you can see some of the smoke off in the distance, as well as Castaic. That is one of the areas that firefighters really worked hard to protect. All right, let's give you a look at that aggressive air attack, which really took place all night long. More than a dozen water and retardant dropping aircraft. A part of that. Strong winds drove the flames yesterday, and more than 10,000 acres were charred. Also want to give you a look at local schools evacuating. Pretty frightening for some families yesterday. And today, local public schools and College of the Canyons, 2 campuses will remain closed. Back out here live. Want to get immediately to more on those evacuation orders. And for that, we head over to Mark Liu.
Yeah, Cara, so the good news is, as you mentioned, some of those evacuation warnings and orders have been lifted. They were the ones that were the most distant from the fire. They actually went into the Ventura County area. Now, Ventura County Sheriff said those evacuations have been lifted. Now, I want to bring you out to my screen and show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is a screen we actually haven't seen too much of in the last couple of days. This is the Ventura County Sheriff's website, and you can see this green area. That's the footprint of the Hughes fire. And the important evacuations we were talking about right here, that in green, those were evacuation orders and warnings. They have now been converted to being lifted. And there is still an evacuation warning right here, but I expect that one to be lifted very soon as well. Now, let's take a look at the fire footprint right where Cara was. She was down right in here. Well, excuse me, actually, she was right down in here, where Lake Hughes Road begins, and she was looking in this direction. You can see how large the fire footprint grew, over 10,000 acres, 14% containment. This is Castaic Lake, and there are already some water-dropping helicopters working in this area, and also 2 super scoopers working in this area as well. Today, the firefight is going to be focused on the northern flank, as this southwest eastern flank here, largely protected by Phos-Chek drops, holding it. There's been really no growth on that flank overnight, as you can see with Cara down here in this area. But they are still concerned about northern growth of this fire, and that's where the air attack is going to be. And it has already begun with those super scoopers and at least 1 LA County fire helicopter up there coming back out live here to me. The winds are expected to continue through at least this afternoon, so they want to make sure that the fire activity in the north is held at those containment lines. That could include water drops and Phos-Chek all day. That is the very latest here from the desk. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Mark, that was new music too, I heard, wasn't it?